Hi, Rob Fletcher here with sdi7 HIIT with my partner Kia. sdi7 HIIT is a combination of mixed martial arts, kickboxing, muay thai, boxing, fighting skills, self-defense techniques, strength and conditioning, core and abdominal work to get you in fighter condition. So there's nothing better than to know how to fight back and then torch the fat. So we're going to take you through some basic punches and strikes of sdi7, then we're going to incorporate it into a workout. So we're going to start off with the jab. I'm just going to explain each punch and then you can practice that on your own. Hands are up, elbows are in. From here you're in a typical boxer stance. Elbows tight to the side, hands are up to protect your face. We're just going to stick that jab straight out. Now notice on the jab I pivot on the front ball of my foot, my other hand is up protecting the side of my face and my jaw. We're going to pull it straight back to the face. So again, stick that jab straight out, and this is also the number one. Okay, the punches have numbers attached to them, and pull it back. Again, jab and straight back. Now we're going to go with the cross. This is more of a power punch because now you have more hip rotation, and again, that hip rotation is very, very important because that's going to determine how much power and speed that you generate in that punch. So we're going to go with the cross. This is number two. And stick that straight out. Now notice here, with Kia, the hand is up by the face, nice tight fist. Okay, body, hip rotation's excellent. And then we're gonna pull it straight back and do that one more time, the cross. And then pull it straight back. Now when you practice these on your own, practice them individually, jab. Focus on the mechanics and the skill. Don't overlook the mechanics and the skill of each particular movement. So from here, the cross, stick it straight out, and then you're going to pull it straight back. So we have a jab, and then we have the cross. So that would be a 1-2 in boxing. So now we're going to add the hook, powerful punch. We're going to add our lead hook. Okay, so we're going to come out. Now notice, there's two ways people throw this typically, their thumb up or to the side. Okay, so again, you rotate the hips, coming around with the hook. This would be the number 3 in boxing. Okay, so now we're going to do the 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that could be a combination you practice on your own. So again, that's the hook. Now we're going to go into the rear hook, number 4. From here, you're going to rotate those hips. Again, come around and straight back. Almost like you're whipping your elbow across someone's face, and then you're coming across. Again, the hook. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to add 5 and 6, our uppercuts. 5 here is a slight dip. Now you can come into the rib, you can come into the solar plexus to knock the wind out of somebody. You come up underneath the jaw. It's a slight dip, and we're going to come right up underneath the jaw, about your jaw height, and then back. So a dip, and come straight up. Dip, and come straight out. It's almost on a slight angle, but again, that depends on the distance of your opponent. So now we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. And now practice this again slowly. That's the purpose of the fighting skill in sdi7, to get the mechanics of the movement down. Now we're going to add number 6, the final uppercut. Here it's a slight dip again, and we're coming up, keep that elbow tight to the side, and again here we're coming up underneath the jaw. You again can go to the body of course, but we're going underneath the jaw and then straight back. Dip, come up and underneath. Again, the angle is determined by where your opponent is. If you're in close quarters, you're coming straight up. If you have a little distance, it's more out on an angle. So again, the rear uppercut. So now we have the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, and the 6. Okay, so now we're going to go over an overhand. The overhand, you're coming over the top. Okay, when that opponent, when your opponent, if they're orthodox, you're coming up over the top and you're striking to the jaw. So the overhand, you're coming out almost like a hook, but it's more straight out in between a cross and the hook. Coming up over the top for the overhand. Okay, so now you have the jab, the cross, the hooks, the uppercuts, the overhand. Okay, so those are your boxing punches. Okay, those are awesome. Now, there's the other side of real life street fighting, especially if you're not skilled, like he is, at throwing the punch. Okay, so what I suggest you use is street fighting tactics. By that I mean you're focused on the primary targets are the eyes, the nose, and the groin. So that's what we're going to go over now. So here we have the spear hand strike. The spear hand strike is going to go to the eye. That's just more like a quick flick of the fingers. So you can imagine having someone's finger, even if it's not a whole 100% strike or hit, you're still going to get that reaction where you got the eye. And that's what the reaction that you want. So from here, we're in our boxer stance, which I'll go over the different stances in a minute. That hand comes straight out, eye level, and back. Straight out and back. Again, this is the spear hand strike. Okay, so here, if I'm in a boxer stance and I'm about to fight an opponent in a street, they're not expecting you to open that hand up and go to the eye. They're expecting a punch. So again, it's just a quick flick to the eye and straight back. Okay, so then we have the palm strike. The palm strike is going to the nose, the tip of the nose. So you're taking your palm and you're driving it up. And it's a very effective, powerful strike. So from here, it's going to be off our lead hand again, coming up. And again, just like the jab, sticking the elbow tight to the side, and you come straight underneath with the palm. And these can, of course, be used off your lead and your rear hand. So the spear hand, again, can be off the rear as well as the palm. Okay, now we're going to go into the thumb gouge. So now we are going to go into the thumb gouge. This is a strong technique, especially if you're confined or in close quarters, someone's choking you. It's graphic, but you're fighting for your life, you're fighting to survive, you're fighting to escape. From here, you're sticking your thumbs in the person's eyes. So if you're up against the wall and you're confined, it doesn't take too much to get into the eye. So it's just a quick thumb gouge and back. Thumb, gouge, and back. Okay, so now we have the spear hand strike, we have the palm strike, we have the thumb gouge, which is to the eyes. Now we're going to go to our lower body, okay, the kicks. There's two basic strikes in sdi7 using the legs. Of course, martial arts, you have many other kicks. You have the side kick, you have the roundhouse kick, which are very effective if you're skilled. We don't want to waste time in a street fight, so we're going to go right to the groin. Okay, from here, you're just going to pick that lead leg up. Again, this can be used off your lead leg or off your rear leg. So you're just going to pick your lead leg up and just kick groin height, keeping those pointed straight ahead. So extend your leg, straight out and straight back. Straight out and straight back. Straight out, so that's the groin kick. The knee, again, all these techniques can be used off the lead or the rear part of your body. We're going to use the knee off the back. You thrust your hips forward, so this is if you are clinching or again, in confined quarters, which I'm going to show you. I'm going to attack Kia, and she's going to actually do the move, hopefully without doing too much damage. But here, you're just going to pick that knee up and in. So imagine that person's in front of you. I just want you to go slowly because it's a fighting skill for now. So when you're at home, you're going to practice this 10, 20 times slowly to get the movement down. As you progress or advance, you get a little bit quicker and faster, but don't lose sight of the mechanics and the technique of the skill. So from here, put your hands out and just bring your hands down to your knee, nice and easy. The knee, and then try to pay attention to your hips, kind of thrusting those hips forward. Okay, so now we're going to give you a combination before I take you into the actual sdi7 HIIT with Kia. It sets them up for the knee. So from here, it's palm, front snap kick, knee. So this in sdi7 is your fighting skill. You're doing it slow, repetition. Repetition is the mother of skill. That's going to give you that mindset where it becomes a reaction, ultimately turning into a reflex. So that shock and awe factor, you're green. You are green. Eyes, nose, groin. So palm strike, front snap kick, knee. So we're going to go into a couple of sdi7 workouts for you to do at home, and then you can modify them according to your fitness level and ability.